So I got a couple of things to say about casting for new people to audio work and stuff, and learn from my mistakes here. Ooh, like cramming too much stuff into a room. So let's see if I can do this in a reasonable amount of time, and I did write down stuff. Um, One thing you gotta do is like when you do your casting call, make sure you state what it is, roundabout word count, so you can get the idea of what the word count is, the sort of role it is, when the casting ends, very important lesson I learned, deadline for when the work needs to be finished by, what the pay is going to be. Do you want them just to give you a link to the real? Do you want them to submit the email address so you can then send them a script to do by? Audition off script, audition live. Be honest about all this stuff up front, but also be open to different ways of bringing the character to life. Okay, it's just like this. You may have written it, it may be a great thing, but you want to be open to this stuff. Another thing is pay ASAP. Or if you're not going to be paying as soon as this work done, set a payment date so they know and can, do their budgeting and life stuff. Um, Ask how they prefer the payment. Some people want it before, some people want half before, some people want it all before, some people want it after. Ask about this sort of stuff. For publicity, ask for photos or an image. Some people don't want to put real photos online because the internet can be a messed up place. Uh, Also, ask for preferred pronouns, preferred name they won't use. Okay, if you learn someone's real name or dead name through, let's say, through PayPal or any other means, that doesn't give you an excuse to use it even when talking to this person in any way. Put it out of your head. You're not, that's just not for you. Just don't fucking do it. It's a violation. Uh, it's a violation of trust. It's just, no, just don't do that. So there's a few things. 2 minutes is sure not going to be short, but that's just a couple of things I want to round off in my head because I'm constantly learning. But almost all these steps I've learned all along the way. You can't be perfect at anything, but if you're open and communicative and talking with people, even people who will give you good advice and stuff like that, your project will start off on a better front foot, forward of being a good project and it being a constant struggle with everything. Another thing, since this is run long and won't be a short anyways, uh, when you're planning out doing these things, I do think it's best to have all your stuff ready to go. Have that script kind of locked down before you even do auditions. And do never end your auditions before the date. Like, even if you find that person right away, like, keep everybody open-minded for those people because you might use them for future projects and stuff. If you set a date, have it open until that date. Changing it later, here's the thing, you're liable to get a lot. I've gotten everywhere from 100 to, like, what was it? Close to 2,000 total auditions for the Trinity Prophecy, like, and the one recent for the Darkness Bite, that one is a small role, and I've gotten like 8,000 auditions for it. So you're liable to get a lot, but go through them. You don't have to respond to everybody personally. It's almost impossible to do, but acknowledge the fact if they submit something to you. Thank you. Heart on the thing or whatever. Just acknowledge that you got what you said. You got the materials so they can be in that running for that role. If anybody else has anything else I should add to this, let me know and I'll do another one of these. But it's a learning process like everything in life. Oh, and another note, something that I found that helps me with auditions is, let's say, Brian, Greg, Peter, like, these are the roles. And then I'll do like this. And then as I get each person, I tend to say, like, okay, this is Craig's. And then this is Janet's. Like, I'm ranking them as I go so I can have, like, is this one better than Craig's? David's is way better than Craig's for that role. Uh, it helps me like go instead of having everything as like a big mesh, and then you can start to dwindle it down. And somebody turns you down, you know this, but you don't have to ever tell anybody if they're not the first choice or whatever. Yeah, so this just helps me a little bit, if that makes any sense.